Hey everybody, my name is Beverly Walker and I am your instructor for this course, which is FESA 3105, Emergency and Disaster Planning. I want to welcome you to the course. I don't think we have any new students this semester, I'm not sure, um, but if you are, welcome to the college and welcome to the course. I just wanted to go over a couple of things with you about the course. First of all, it's summer semester, and that means it's a short semester. It's 8 weeks as opposed to 15 weeks. That doesn't mean that we give you any less material to cover. So you need to stay on top of your work. That's just real important for summer semester. Um, this course has a lot of reading in it, and so I encourage you to stay on top of that. The textbook that we are using is a little bit dated. I wish they would come out with a new edition. As a matter of fact, I may write the publisher and see if that's in the works because it's such an ever-changing field when we talk about responding to disasters and the types of disasters and that sort of thing. So um, just remember, short semester, keep up with your work. When you enter the course, when you enter the course site, be sure and go to content. My courses are organized so that if you just click that content button at the top, everything that you need to know is listed there. A lot of times people get tripped up when they go to the assignments or the discussions, because you may not have to do what you can see. It's very difficult to get the course site set up correctly. But if you just go to the content, it's going to tell you what you need to know. And one of the first things you'll see is the course syllabus that tells you about the course. The very last page, which is probably the most important, tells you what the schedule is and when things are due. As I said, there's no writing assignments for this course. I don't really know how that happened. But there is a written project, but you don't have any writing assignments throughout the semester. But there are a couple of discussion questions that I want you to do really good at. So that would mean since there's no writing assignments, more of your grade will rest on those discussion postings. The course is divided up into modules. They contain 3 chapters apiece. And so you have about 2 weeks for each of those modules. There's 4 modules. We are omitting chapters 13 and 14 from our curriculum that they cover natural disasters. And so since that natural disaster management is another course that's being taught, I defer to Professor Kearns. I let him deal with those. So you will be skipping those 2 chapters. So you've got 4 modules and then chapter 15, which is a conclusion. For each module, you'll have a module quiz. In your syllabus, it looks like there are separate quizzes for each chapter, and that's not true. There's one quiz for each module, and then you will have a final exam. So again, make sure that you keep up with your readings. There's some extra readings that can be covered on the final exam. There's some pretty interesting videos that I have posted and other people have posted. There is a review of ICS, or Incident Command System. That's mandatory. I know that each of us has had that. If you're in fire and emergency services, you have had that. Do it again, please, so that we are all on the same page with that. It's just a short couple of videos that you will be watching on that. To tell you a little bit about your written project, that is, you'll find that under the content site there as well. Course project will tell you what you need to know. I want you to select a man-made disaster that occurred within the past 10 years that caused significant property damage or loss of life. Now, these could be things, when I say man-made, this is as opposed to being a natural disaster, like a tornado, a hurricane, earthquake, that sort of thing that's covered in the natural disaster management course. I want you to look at things like hazardous materials incidents, wildland fires that have occurred, other types of situations. I would omit the events of 9/11 from that because that's a little bit different, but you can look at other acts of terrorism if you would like to. And what we want to do in this project is to basically perform a case study of the disaster, critique the response, And if you can find a written critique of that, that's great. Or make your own critique based upon the knowledge and based upon the concepts in this course. And then, basically you want to determine how did this measure up? How did this event or the response to this event measure up to what we talked about in this course? And how did this event perhaps change things? Maybe there's new and different procedures in place as a result of this event, if you will. Any policy or management changes that were made or implemented. Were there problems that were encountered, such as communications or evacuations, and how could they have overcome those? But probably more importantly, how could they have been prepared for those? So again, I want to omit the natural disasters. So think about these man-made disasters, these man-made things that have happened, things that we have done or created, situations we created. The hazmat ones. I've been looking at the course site today, and the hazmat ones talked about the Imperial Sugar Plant. And I know there's someone in our course that, or in our program that has some firsthand knowledge about that. And there's also like the West Texas fertilizer plant explosion. Look at some of these things and look at official reports. Don't depend on the naysayers or the editorials, but you want official reports to get official information gathered about these events. I don't have I expect it'll be 5 to 6 pages long. I think that the paper length is on the course site. I didn't have it on my piece of paper here, but take a look at that. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay up in your work. Make sure that you post regularly to the site and make sure that you are up on your reading and that you take care of your quizzes. So I look forward to a great semester. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Thanks. Bye.